Big things coming to Cardano. This is why. So we're going to start here on coin market cap. The total market cap of crypto globally is up 3.02% at the time of recording. And the total market cap of crypto globally stands at $1.62 trillion. Bitcoin at 43,357.16, up 2.97% in the past 24 hours. And then we've got Ethereum at 2,311.07, up 4.42% at the time of recording. Cardano at 64 cent 2, up 5.04%. Beautiful stuff to see. And what I do want to say is we're going to dig into some of the reasons why I'm really bullish on Cardano and why I think that it's set to do really, really well this bull market. But not only that, we're going to dig into a lot of news surrounding Bitcoin and Ethereum, because there's a lot to be said with everything going on with the spot ETFs, both for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So let's sort of start digging into this then. So I'm going to start first of all with Cardano. It's how I titled up the video. We'll start there. And the total value of Cardano DeFi ecosystem nears $450 million amid layer 1 push. ADA rockets 17%. So the total value locked, the TVL, of all Cardano based tokens jumps to over $440 million early this week, crossing the previous peak of 330 million set in April. So look, this is one of the reasons why I am really, really bullish. It's not the only reason, but it's a big sign of things that are, steadily happening for the Cardano ecosystem and Cardano itself as a project. Now, what I would say is we've got a couple of monstrous size interviews. We've got Frederick, who's the CEO of the Cardano Foundation, on the 21st, and then that'll be followed up with an interview on Twitter or X. We're doing a Spaces with Charles Hoskinson on the 22nd, and I think it's at 6 p.m. UTC. So join us for that one. We'll be sharing the link on our Twitter page, so follow us there for that. Going to be some really interesting conversations. But look, some of the things that I've been focused on when it comes to Cardano is what they're actually working on. There's lots around identity. There's lots around AI, and seeing the likes of Singularity Net coming over to the Cardano ecosystem. I do think that Cardano is going to be the layer 1 of AI. You see in Hypercycle, which is a ledgerless blockchain sidechain that is to help scale artificial intelligence and machine learning on the ecosystem. So there's lots going on. Then you've got the unbanked, you've got the connectivity stuff through World Mobile. I just think that Cardano is going to be an absolute beast in this bull run, and I'm really excited about this bull run. I think this will be my last bull run doing what I'm doing here, supporting people, but it won't be the end of Cheeky Crypto, because we will be looking to have others come into our shoes to support the next group of people that come into the crypto space and are looking for support and guidance as to what projects to look at and so on. But look, I think that this is really the main, rationale to why I feel the way that I do. Governance is going to be an interesting thing, and this is one of the subjects that I'd love to discuss with Frederick and Charles, because in all honesty, I'm seeing a lot of projects get governance wrong. I see a lot of DAOs failing. I've been part of DAOs as a governor on a DAO a year or so ago. And look, I think there's a lot of people involved in making decisions And I question whether they have the tools to be able to make those decisions. So I've got some really interesting conversational topics to have with Charles and Frederick, and it's going to be really interesting to get their views and opinions. I mean, the latest place where I think governance has gone wrong is Polkadot, and Polkadot's governance at the moment is in question for me. And you're going to see, various other influencers talking about it. A lot of influencers are taking the absolute piss out of the governance and how it operates on Polkadot. And, there'll be many people that agree. There'll be many people that disagree. But, as an investor in these particular projects, these said projects, for me, it's important that we raise these concerns and see, how the approach is going to be different from Cardano to some of these other projects that, in my opinion, have completely messed up when it comes to governance. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on everything governance, and we're going to move on now and start to have a look at everything that's going on in the Bitcoin side of things here. So we've got Bitcoin to hit $100,000, and this is coming from Standard Charter. They are suggesting 2024 Bitcoin will be at $100,000. Look, right, there was all these influencers saying $100,000 for Bitcoin in the previous cycle. Maybe we were just a cycle too early. Look, I think that when people look back and they've been quite rude to individuals, you're now seeing what most people, like the vast majority of people, would consider experts saying the same stuff this cycle. So it's interesting stuff. Let me know if you think they're right or they're wrong. We've got Bitcoin bull run has plenty of steam left, these indicators suggest. So again, just really interesting. We've seen the wake of 150% rally. Indicators like the 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 score and the Mayr multiple suggest Bitcoin has a lot more overvalued and can continue to rally into 2024. Look, I want to be quite clear, because I feel like a lot of people, in comments of videos, in the Twitter comments and so on, saying that they can't see these lower prices coming in. Like, I agree to a point that, there's more in this bear market rally to the upside. I think the Fed will pivot, and I think there will be an almighty crash in stocks and crypto. That will see in the final, big crash to the downside, the final sort of opportunity to get really good priced cryptocurrencies, and then we're into the bull run. That's kind of like how I forecasted it for the last 6 to 8 months. Been talking about it for such a long time. We've called every single bottom in this market so far. Now, look, I want to be quite clear that we might not see new lower lows. I think we will see some new lower lows on some altcoins, but not all. And it's going to be interesting to see how things play out. I could be wrong, though. Nobody knows, and anybody that says that they know better, they're lying. But there isn't a channel out there that hasn't been has been more accurate than us. There isn't a channel that exists that's been as accurate as us. So it's going to be interesting to see whether it plays out. I'm just excited either way, right? I want to be honest and transparent. For people that aren't members, you wouldn't know, we bought Bitcoin at 15,836, and we bought all of the bottoms that we were forecasting. So we've got a really good sized portfolio. My portfolio is actually bigger than it was at the peak of the last bull run already, and I don't even think we've got started yet. I do think this is going to be the biggest bull market in history, and I think it's going to be the longest bull run in history. It's going to be more sustained as we see more institutional mainstream adoption. That is going to make this a longer bull market, in my opinion. So look, it's going to be interesting to see how all this plays out. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But to be honest, I'll just be happy to see everything play out. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. We've got 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗏𝗏 says Ether will likely outperform Bitcoin next year, as in 2024. I want to be honest, this aligns again with my thoughts, my opinions, my analysis. This is what I've been saying for some time. It's like I say it, JP Morgan, BlackRock come out and say it a few months later. You know, it is something that I do believe. I don't always believe what these guys put out, but, you know, when, you know, a few years back we were saying that everything will be tokenized, BlackRock now saying everything's going to be tokenized. When we said Ether was going to outperform Bitcoin because of the Ether spot ETFs that nobody was talking about at the time, that is how we kind of see it. And it looks like JP Morgan, they agree, they align. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. We got over 300 million in stolen crypto assets reached Bitcoin mixers in 2023. I think it's always really good to look at this stuff. I do think that mixers do need to be removed. They are there just for the purpose, you know, for criminals to use. I don't see what the other purposes are for these mixers. Let me know if you think I'm just being a bit closed-minded to them. Sooner they're gone, the better. We got crypto exchange CoinList settles OFAC's Russian sanctions allegations for $1.2 million. These fines, they seem very insignificant to the likes of what Binance had to pay. Interesting when you consider that. And then we got 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗠𝗠𝗘𝗡 executive doubts crypto trading volume for banks. Again, I align to this. I don't know where that's gone on my screen. I'll just come back here. But yeah, I align to this. What I want to kind of say is it's going to be more for market makers than it is going to be for banks. But traditional banks are going to become market makers, custodians of crypto, and so on. This kind of has to happen, or the current exchanges need to become more of like a traditional banking / crypto exchange, like what I think Coinbase will sort of morph into over time. I do think that they are the chosen ones. But look, I think that banks are going to get involved, right? And a lot of the exchanges are going to be regulated out of the space. We're already seeing it. It's already happening. And we're waiting for that U-turn that we expect to happen from the US, where they turn from negative towards cryptocurrency to, you know, embracing it with open arms. Once they've sorted out, you know, all of their investments in the right companies, and they've outlawed or regulated out all of the ones that they're not invested in, to make sure that they're the winners, because that's how this shit works. Corrupt systems, and they will try to make crypto as corrupt as the old-fashioned traditional spaces. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.